Hello. So I thought I'd sum up some of Murder Meets the Eye for those that just don't have time to read it or just whatever. But there's a couple of catches. I can't say the words so, but, and any cuss word. And if I do, I have to drink a big gulp of this power water, which I've had. I've had little sips of it and I do not like it at all. So even if I even if I hesitate, I have to take a big gulp. There's no sugar in this, so that should be fun. I think we should start with the annual 2012 issue, which came out before the first one. And in that we meet the entire Lost Light crew and Ultra Magnus Smiles, which I feel like is weird even for him, but he had to kill whatever, I guess, small nanobots were in his mouth basically. We also meet the 13 primes. We meet their purposes and everything, which honestly I found interesting, but it's so much information. You should honestly read the issue, it's so good. And we also, in the 2012 issue, we see a Necrotitan basically in pain shooting lasers out of his eyes. So that's pretty much all of the first issue, not the first issue, the 2012 issue, which honestly has a lot of humor in it, and the art style is amazing. You should honestly actually take time every day to read this comic series when you have a chance, because so many people just put so much effort into it. It's amazing. I appreciate it 1000%. So yeah, on to issue number 2. Not issue number 2, issue number 1. Okay, every time I make a mistake, I'm gonna take a big gulp. So now it's up to 4 gulps now. 4 big gulps, great. I made 4 mistakes already. So now it's 4 gulps. I hate this. It does not taste good. One, two, 3, 4. I hate it. And it does this weird you know how clay is soft? It does that weird thing on the tongue basically. Oh, I hate that. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. At least I'm getting hydrated. Okay, the flavor, I don't know if you saw, but the flavor is very cherry. So, so I added mistakes to the list of things I should try not to do or say. And also, my glasses are just on the side because I just don't want to wear them right now. Migraines are not fun. So, issue number 1. Bumblebee exists. Don't know where he came from, but he just exists. And Prowl flips a table, which everyone loves. I just hear that a lot. It's just funny how even though it's not talked about every second, it's still talked about enough that people just know. to me that's really funny. In War and Cyclonus fight. Ah yes, the lovely bar wingmen that friend like at bars that like is also your wingman, and a, not a lover but a person who's in love fight. That. Oh, I'm kidding. That's funny. That's actually good. That's true. Yeah. So, in the past, Tailgate, who is a mini bot, who is a small bean, honestly, was in a cave for about the for pretty much the entire war, basically. And then the quantum engines of the ship, the Lost Light, malfunction. So, and we also see a variety of characters burn up as they enter the atmosphere, like Wave Rider, Rad, Hyperion, Fizzle, and Polaris, to name a few. So I hesitated once. Screw it. We only had 10 minutes listening now. I got my leg. That cannot. This flavor cannot be good for cuts if it gets in. I feel like. I hate it. Anyways, on to issue number 2. So in issue number 2, Ratchet's hands aren't actually like his hands. They're someone else's. And in order for them to work, he sometimes has to hit them with a hammer, which I can never do because like that's painful. And we'll almost, and next we'll almost get sent to prison for basically trying to attack Wong. Which, if you don't know who Wong is, he's the psychiatrist of the Lost Light crew. And also, there's a spark eater on the Lost Light. Now on to issue number 3. Cyclonus and Tailgate share Hapseed, but here's the thing. I don't like how this whole relationship thing started. I don't like it because literally, Cyclonus drops Tailgate in the Hapseed, which I feel like that's like abuse. I feel like that's like not. But Shrub gets a ball, which is good for him because he's a ball maker. He's a bartender, not ball maker. He's a bartender, and he's a good character. He deserves one. From what I've read, the stuff they called him in like the academy is not like that nice. So I'm happy he gets a ball. Also, for those non-Transformers fans, a Hapseed is basically a worm, basically. And in this issue, Wong was used as bait by Skids and Rodimus to get the Spark Eater out, to basically lure him. And I'm guessing because of what Tailgate was told from Cyclonus, maybe, he considers being a Decepticon, which, if you don't know, a Decepticon's evil. And I was gonna say have definitely killed people, but I think they both have killed people. It's just the Decepticons are more brutal. So, yeah. On to number 4. I said a word I wasn't supposed to say. So, have to take a big gulp. Mm. Mm. It doesn't get any better as I drink it. Mm. I hate this feeling in my mouth. Anyways, Ratchet keeps a medical diary. I guess of the procedures and how they work and stuff. That's not really stated in the comic, I'm noticing. And then Pipes, another character of the last side, basically raids a morgue, which literally has like the biggest X, which is the biggest X, which is literally basically a universal sign for do not go in. Where of course we have this one character that does the complete opposite and raids it. Dumbass. Literally, Ratchet tells him off in the comic, being like, that's a universal sign for stay the fuck out. Also, Cyclonus and Tailgate have their first argument, and Drift gets the worst plague, I think it's called. And then we are introduced to the character Fortress Maximus, which, if you haven't seen, he's a huge fucking dude. Like, holy fuck. On to the 5th issue. Okay, so I don't know if I clarified this, but when I say like hesitancy, I mean like more than 30 seconds. About. And I'll know in editing, so let me say edit this. So in issue 5, we see Tailgate try to learn the Autobot code, which is basically a code of conduct for the Lost Side crew and just the Autobots in general. Basically about what not to do. And then Ratchet becomes infected with the Rust Plague. If that's not what it's called, I'm calling it that because technically it's not wrong, it is Rust. So, in the end of the comic, Ratchet and Farmer, I never knew how to pronounce that character's name. Farmer? Like, Pharma. Basically, they fight and that Farmer's stuck on a ledge, literally like holding on with both hands. So Drift basically comes in and cuts his like arms off with his sword or katana. I don't know what it's called exactly, but that's what it like looks like to me. So that was 2. And this issue leads to Ratchet getting new hands from Farmer. On to issue number 6, but after I take 2 big gulps of this. I think you guys are seeing me enjoying this less and less. 1. In the More Than Meets the Eye series, there's a LGBT couple called Rewind and Chromodome or Chromodome. I'm sorry, I've never known how to pronounce that character's name either, and I've tried. But we learn how they both met, and they met at a relinquishment clinic, which I think it's like a body modification clinic, or like a donor clinic for like body parts and stuff. I don't remember exactly, but I think that's what I read. And while Wang is being and while in the last site, while Wang is being used as bait, he has like a microphone on his, I think, thumb, and he uses that to basically get audio of what's going on for Watermiss. And Fortis Maximus finds out about that and basically whips, I think, that finger just clean off so that the Lost Eye team can't use that as audio and hear what's going on. Also, whoa, that wingman bar dude was a watchmaker. I would have never expected that from him, but like, if that's your passion, good for you. And then Fortis Maximus gets trained on a machine. I think I said so twice just then. So yeah, now it's 3 times. Great job, me. Okay, I'm going to stop here, even though I have like a couple more issues like down. I think this is a good place to end off for now, and mostly because lately as I'm drinking this, the back of my throat starts to burn a little and hurt, so I'm gonna just stop. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I wanted to try to do a little bit of a fun video for once, and yeah, I finished my first week of college, so I'll have something fun, you know. So thank you all for watching. If y'all like this, comment. If y'all like this, just like the video. And if you want me to do more of sort of stuff like this, feel free to comment. And if I got any information wrong, feel free to comment what I got wrong. And yeah, I'm all for constructive criticism and being corrected. So yeah, have a good day and hydrate, both something you like. Deuces. So I was editing and I noticed that about 15 gulps were unaccounted for. So this is like about a week after, more or less, that I'm recording this, so, and it's morning, so I'm sorry, that was 10. 5 more. 5 more. I feel my gag reflex, oh fuck, I don't like this. Yeah, I'm definitely eating like a whole buffet to get the aftertaste of this gone in a way.